So thank you guys for joining us on tonight's new ambassador training call. I've been with Plexus for almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years in May, and there's been a lot of changes since I joined. New products, a lot of great new training material. We did not have nearly the resources, the back office, things like that, that you guys all have now when I got started. So that's a huge blessing, but I know sometimes it can be really, really overwhelming. There's so many things, so many tools, so many team pages, so much information. It can be a little overwhelming, and I remember that. I also want to tell you guys when I joined Plexus, I actually had no intention of actually working the business. I thought I was going to be taking the products, getting a discount, maybe liking them. I wasn't really sure. I didn't have very little expectations, so I didn't set goals. I didn't start posting on Facebook. And looking back, I really wish I had done just about everything differently on my Plexus journey getting started. So now, as much as I love, love, love the products and will take them forever, I love the business opportunity. I love training people with the business even more because it has been so, so life changing in my life. I was a dental hygienist for 10 years and I loved what I did, but when our daughter was born, I really, really wanted to never miss a minute with her. I wanted to stay home with her. I didn't think network marketing would be the answer at all. I had never known anybody to make any money or be successful at all with any network marketing company. I had never heard of Plexus. So again, I had very little expectations, and I feel like I did everything wrong. So I love kind of helping people and saying, if I were to start now, this is how I would do things differently. This is what I've seen to be successful over the last 5 years, especially with getting started. So I don't want to overwhelm you guys with a ton of information tonight. I just want to give you a few basic tips for getting started. And I will say I'm really old school. I write everything down. I've read several statistics that say when you write stuff down and seeing in your own handwriting and just something that your brain does as you write it, you remember stuff a lot better. So I highly encourage you guys to get sticky notes, get a notebook, pen and paper, take notes on everything, on training videos that you watch, on things your upline says, anything that you can think of that will help you in your business, write it down and then come back to it later and you'll always have that. Buy sticky notes. Buy sticky notes. I use sticky notes on everything. The product catalogs, you got one in your welcome pack. You can get them in the back office. Whenever I give a product catalog to somebody, I always kind of see what products are going to work best for them. And I go through the catalog and mark those pages and just kind of put like a little bullet point about that product. Like for ease, I'll say this is a natural pain and muscle relief. It's a great alternative to any kind of over-the-counter pain medication. I'll put that sticky note on that page. So anything like that, I use sticky notes for everything. You want to go through all your materials in your welcome pack. If you got your welcome pack, the box, all that stuff was in there, and you kind of took your products out and set the rest aside, pull that box back out. Everything that's in there is in there for a specific reason. You'll want to make sure you read every single page. It's going to help you so much to know, again, what to do, where to start, what to focus on. It's just a ton of great information. Mark in there, highlight in there, anything that stands out to you that you think is going to be important, anything that you have a question about, write it down. Compile all those questions from what was in your welcome pack in one place, and then go to your upline. Say, hey, can I do a call with you? I just went through my welcome pack. I've got a few questions, a couple things I want to run by you, I need help with. Get them on the phone and ask them those questions. Your upline is there to help you. You are never bothering them. You could ask them 100 questions a day, and I promise you, you're not bothering them. They love it. The people on my team that I hear from the most, like daily on the regular, are the ones that do the best with the business, are the ones that are the most successful. They're the ones who are, asking the good questions, figuring stuff out, doing research, trying to find product information or what's best for what person, and the ones that come to me and ask me the most questions, I'm going to invest the most of my time in because I see them actively working the business. So never, ever, ever think that you are bothering your upline, that you're asking them too many questions. Even if you've already sent them 100 questions in one day, send that one more question that you have. That's what they are there for. Utilize them. So go through every word of your welcome pack. Again, take notes right in there. When you go to meet with friends and family, take that with you. Those product cards that are in there, carry them with you everywhere. You don't have to know what all the products are. You shouldn't take time to memorize them all. You'll eventually get it just by talking and saying the same thing over and over. But they're going to appreciate the fact that you're not the expert on everything, because if it's someone that is thinking of joining the business, they're going to be overwhelmed with all the information. So if they see easy tools that they'll have, that's going to make them want to jump in even more. So take those product cards with you when you talk to people. If they ask you about Slim or Vital Biome or MetaBurn or whatever the product is, pull that product card out, let them read it, let them ask you questions. Again, if you're not sure what their questions are, said, I'm just getting started. I'm going to write down your questions. I'm going to ask my friend who's been doing it longer, and I'll get back to you. And then do just that. Write down their questions, go to your upline, and then your upline will help you answer those questions. You can either add that person in the three-way chat with them, or you can just get the information and then relay it back to them. But again, don't feel like you have to know everything. Don't get flustered. People still ask me stuff that I have to look up, I have to research. I know in the beginning when someone would ask me about Plexus, I would like break out into a sweat all over. I got super, super nervous, like, oh no, here comes a question, because I'm a perfectionist and I don't like to seem or come across as being inadequate or not knowing something. And so when people would ask me stuff, I just knew whatever they asked me, I wasn't going to know the answer to. And eventually, I just had to be fine with that. So know that people are going to ask you questions, and it is 100% fine if you say, I'm just getting started. That's a great question. Let me write it down so I can get you the right information. That's the best thing to do. But those welcome packs have so much great information for starting your business, on the compensation plan, which I know can be super confusing at first, on how to get started, where to get started, back office information. So make sure you read everything that's in there. And don't wait for your upline to check in with you. Be in contact with them. Be messaging them. Be reaching out to them. Don't wait for them to contact you. We talked about the product cards. Another thing, make sure you're taking your products every single day. The key to success with the products is consistency. So put your pink drink where you're going to be getting up every morning to drink it. Put your Probio Bio Cleanse. I have them on my bathroom counter next to my toothbrush because that's where I take them every night before bed. I have MetaBurn downstairs in the kitchen because I take it in the morning and in the afternoon. So wherever you are going to be, whatever products you're taking, put them in places where you're going to be at that time of day and take them consistently. I have one girl on my team who she just joined, and she bought the Variety Welcome Pack, which has everything in it. And she went through and we sat down on her phone and put take Slim at this time, and she put a reminder. Take Vital Biome at this time. And like every single product, we put a reminder in her phone what to take when. So she has those timers go off every day just until she gets in the habit of it. So if that's something you need to do, then do it. Because you want to make sure you're really consistent with your products in order to have success with them. And if you want other people to take your business seriously, if you want them to consider ordering the products or joining your team, they have to see that you're serious about it. And they'll see that you're serious. Sorry, y'all, I don't know why mine cuts out sometimes like that. Okay. But they will see, your friends and family will see that you're serious about taking your products and that they work if you're taking them. They're not going to take you seriously about how great the products are if they don't see you taking them every single day. Because if they were so great, then you would use them yourself. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're posting every day on Facebook. I know this was really scary for me at first. I am naturally a huge, huge introvert. I hardly ever posted on Facebook before Plexus. If I did, it wasn't something very personal. It was, I would like share a post or a quote, but it wasn't anything super personal. It wasn't selfies. It wasn't anything like that. And my friends list was really narrow. I had a very, very few Facebook friends. If it wasn't somebody that I interacted and talked to in real life regularly, then they weren't my Facebook friend. I had very, very few. So I kind of had to rethink that when I started with Plexus. And I remember very specifically there was one time where I posted a Lyme disease testimony, And I didn't know anybody with Lyme, but the testimony was amazing. And so for whatever reason, I had it saved in my phone for forever. But one day I decided to post it. And a girl that I had grown up with tagged somebody in that post. And I messaged her and I said, hey, I saw that you were tagged in this post about Lyme disease. Do you or someone you know have it? And she said that she did, that she had had it for several years, at least 4 years. It could have been longer. Had been diagnosed for 4 years. She was in terrible physical condition. Just so many issues that she was having physically. Her daughter would have to wake her up. Mommy, I'm hungry. Can you feed me lunch? She could barely even function. And they didn't have much money, but they saved their money. And for her birthday that year, her husband bought her the Triplex welcome pack as her birthday present. And she called me 5 or 6 days on the Triplex and said that she had just played chase in the yard with her daughter for the first time. And that for me was like a light bulb moment, because I realized that just by posting on Facebook a testimony that was something that I didn't even have, it was somebody else's testimony, changed somebody's life forever, a stranger's life forever. And if I could have that impact by using Facebook to help one person, then how big of an impact could I be if I actually put effort into it and if I actually tried? So from that moment on, I unapologetically share Plexus on Facebook every single day. So if you're just getting started and you don't know where to start, share testimonies like that. There's so many on the team page. If you go to the team page at the top, if you put in hashtag post of the day, there'll be a ton that come up that you can just copy and paste to your page. Don't hit share, but copy and paste. Take your own picture to post with it. Find a cute graphic to post with it. But that is a great way to get started. Invite people on your journey. Again, don't wait until you have this huge testimony of your own to post about Plexus or to share. Share your upline's testimony, your teammate's testimony, or say, hey, these are some health issues that I'm having. I just started taking some natural supplements. I can't wait to see what they do for me. And then post a picture of your pots when they come, or you drinking your pink drink, and just share little victories along the way about maybe a little bit more energy or better sleep at night. Anything like that can have a big impact on people's lives. So just invite people to be a part of your journey. That way they can watch your progress as well. And don't be afraid to talk to people. This was a big thing for me just because talking to people in general was super scary for me. When I first started doing videos like this, I would be sick for days, like sick to my stomach for days ahead of time, just in anticipation of doing a training video like this. So it's something that I had to learn to get over, but the only way I got over it was by doing it. So don't think, oh, I'll wait to talk to people about Plexus. I'll wait to post about Plexus. I'll wait to share Plexus until I know all the things or until I'm more comfortable. Because if you wait until that happens, that day will never come. You're going to say things wrong. You're going to misspeak. You're going to give people the wrong information. You're going to get flustered and stammer. It's going to happen, but it doesn't matter. The only way to get good at it, to get comfortable with it, is to do it. So just make that something that you're committed to do every day. Talk to one person at least about Plexus in one way or another. And the more you do it, I could talk to people about Plexus in my sleep now. I think my 5-year-old could probably talk to people about Plexus in her sleep because she hears it so much. But it's really that life-changing, and there's not one person out there who cannot benefit from the products. My daughter started taking ProBio 5 and X Badger when she was 6 months old when I joined, putting that in her bottle, and my grandparents take them. So literally any age, any gender, any walk of life, there is a product that can help somebody in some way or another. So if you think that so-and-so is healthy enough or whatever enough that they don't need the products, you're wrong. I do CrossFit 5 to 6 days a week. I have several of my coaches that are on the products. Several of my coaches are ambassadors. So no matter how healthy somebody is, no matter how clean they eat, there's always something that they can benefit from. So never prejudge people or assume they don't need it. And don't assume they don't need the business either. More people go to sleep at night wondering how they're going to pay their bills than how they're going to lose 15 pounds. So I always approach people with the business first, because usually cost is one of their first objectives. And if you can show them that this is a great way to earn money and even get their products covered every month, then that dispels that objective before they even mention it. But that's a whole other topic for another time. But make sure, again, don't wait to share Plexus. And the more you post about it on Facebook, the more you talk about it, the more excited they're going to see that you are. If you just talk to them once in a while or post once in a while, they're going to think it's something that you don't really care too much about, and they're not going to take it very seriously. They're definitely not going to join the business if they don't see you taking it really seriously. So you need to make sure that you're posting once a day, that you're talking to people, and that they see the excitement and the passion that you have for these. And also go to events. There's the Health and Happiness Tour that's going on now all across the country. Corporate's going to different cities and different states. They're going to be here in Atlanta on Wednesday night, so I'm going to be going to that one. But you can ask your upline to help you find one in your area. It's a free event. There's going to be samples you can take your friends and family to try stuff, to hear more about the products. Convention's coming up in June. If you don't know about convention, ask your upline. It's going to be in Vegas this year. There's going to be over 12,000 ambassadors. It's a huge, huge deal. We all come together for training, and there's going to be new products released, and it's just a really great time. So that's another event. But going to things like that will help you grow as an ambassador. It helps to show you how amazing our community is, how supportive it is. And again, it shows your friends and family that you are committed to this business. Utilize your upline. Don't wait to post and share. Make lists of people that you think could benefit from the products, from the business, from both. And I would make, again, I have notebooks for everything. I will get a notebook just for potentials and have some who, these people definitely need the products. These people can use the business. And then have like another area where people who contact you that maybe you didn't think of, or maybe you had them on one list, but maybe you had them on the product list, but they're interested in the business, and the people that you've actually talked to. And write down who they are, the date that you talked to them, what you talked about. That way you can go back and follow up. Statistically, people don't commit until you followed up with them 12 to 15 times minimum. So you need to make sure you're keeping track of who you're talking to, what was said, and then know when to follow back up with them. And what I did, what I still do really, go to your Facebook friends list and just write down people's names. Names of people that, again, come to mind that would be great at the business, who you think are really self-motivated, who have great personalities, who have big networks, people that you think would really connect with the business side of it, people who you know have health issues. Just write them all down. Go through church directors, old yearbooks, anything like that, where you have lists of people that you could put down. Jill did a video yesterday on the team page. There's an app called Dough, and it is amazing. I highly, highly suggest you watch the video she posted on the Dream Team page yesterday, and you consider downloading that app. It keeps everybody from your friends list on Facebook and Instagram and puts them in this app, and it actually sends you names of people to contact every day, and it gives you scripts of things that you can just send to them. She already on the iPad this month, and just from using the Dough app to help her remember who to contact and what to say, and it keeps track of all that for you. That's another really great thing. If this kind of sounds a little overwhelming to get started, because again, it gives you scripts and shows you exactly what to say to people. And you can even tweak it a little bit if it doesn't sound like that really wouldn't be quite my verbiage. So you could even tweak it a little bit to make it sound more like you. But I would definitely go back and watch that video from yesterday, and definitely consider investing in that, because it will help you a lot. Make sure too that you are watching training videos. I don't know how many different team pages you might have been added to. I know there's several different team pages, but ask your upline who the leader on each of the team pages are. I'm the one who does the Our Plexus Stream team. Rebecca Folks and Christy Hull did the Get Plexi page. If you're on another page, you can ask your upline who runs that page, and really look for their posts every day, because the ones who run the team pages post things specifically for y'all's benefit, whether it's a training video that we think is really good, maybe it's some kind of information or a testimony that we think is really good. So make sure, I know that you can get a lot of notifications that can be a little overwhelming, but even if you turn your notifications off at least once a day, go to the team pages and see what the leaders of those pages posted, and see what content was there. There's tons of great videos, training videos on YouTube. If you just go to the photo section on the team page, is a category for videos, and all the training videos that we've done on the team page are there. That's a great place to get started. And that's really how I got started. I just went through the team page and I started watching every single video. I took tons of notes. I read all the posts from the leaders to see what product information I needed to know, to see what content I needed. And again, that's how I really learned. And if you have questions on anything that you see, anything that you come across in any of the videos or the content, again, ask your upline. Use them, use them, use them. I can't say that enough. And the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is how to qualify people for being ambassadors or customers. I know that can be a little confusing when you start because there's so many ways that people can order. There's retail, there's preferred, there's a wholesale ambassador. So what do you tell people? So retail is the most expensive way for people to order. It's a one-time purchase. It's the highest price. I never recommend that anybody ever orders retail. They can order as a preferred customer, is the second way. That does set up a monthly subscription. So sometimes that can scare people because they think, I'm going to be committed to this every single month it's going to come out, which it does set that up. But when they set up that account, they create their own login and password, so they can log into their account at any time. They can change the product that is coming, they can cancel it, they can change the ship date. They have complete control. There's no minimum order for that, there's no maximum order for that, there's no fees or penalties for canceling or changing. So that's how I always recommend a customer order if they're going to order as a customer. And then the last way, they can obviously be an ambassador. They could either be a personal use ambassador, which means they just order the products for themselves, maybe the people in their household every month, or if they want to work the business, either way they have that website where they're ordering through their own website and they make commission on their products. So how I qualify them between being a preferred customer or an ambassador. If they are going to be ordering less than $100 every month, so they're just going to be ordering one bag of Slim or one bottle of the X Factor chewable for their kids or something like that, where it's going to be less than $100 a month, then they need to be a preferred customer. If they ever decide to add product to that, or if they decide they want to work the business where they'll be getting over $100 a month through their website, then they can always upgrade to being an ambassador. But if they're just planning on not working the business and only ordering less than $100 in PV every single month, they need to be a customer. Now, if they're going to be ordering the Triplex combo every month or one of the weight loss combos every month, and they're committed to ordering over $100 a month for at least 3 to 6 months, then being an ambassador is a great option for them, even if they don't want to work the business. They can get the welcome pack. They'll have their website that they're ordering through. They'll be having over $100 a month in PV. They'll be making some money back on commissions. Then if they have friends or family they want to share with, they'll have their website already set up. That's kind of how I discern if somebody should be a customer or an ambassador. Again, they can always upgrade from customer to ambassador, but it's a lot harder to go back from ambassador to being a customer. They have to wait a certain amount of time and get taken out of the system, and it's a lot harder process. So that is the notes, again, that I had to share with you guys tonight. Didn't want to overwhelm you with too much stuff. If you have any questions, you can message me personally. You can ask your upline. I'm going to post a link to this video on the team page. If you want to, you can comment or post your questions below that on the team page, whatever you're more comfortable with. But thank you guys for joining us tonight. We're so excited to have you as part of our team, and I cannot wait to see for all of your Plexus journeys. Thank you. Guys, have a great